Good evening, everyone. So, my next topic of video is alpha glucosidase inhibitors, which are oral hypoglycemic agents used in the treatment of type 2 diabetes mellitus. And before I start my video, I want to request you that if this video appears useful to you and is helpful to you, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, that is Dr. Nitika Hans Pharmacology Discussion. So, let's start with alpha glucosidase inhibitors. The drugs are acarbose, miglitol, and voglibose. These are the alpha glucosidase inhibitors. And the alpha glucosidase is the enzyme which causes digestion of carbohydrates in brush border membrane of intestinal mucosa. Basically, when the food is taken, it is taken in the form of starch, which gets converted into glucose by the action of enzyme alpha glucosidase, and these alpha glucosidase is uh, inhibited by these drugs like acarbose, miglitol, voglibose. When these this alpha glucosidase is inhibited, there will be increased accumulation of the starch in the body, which will not be absorbed. Acarbose, A means absorption, carbose means absence of absorption, carbose means carbohydrate. These are not absorbed from the um, GIT, that is from the small intestine. The smaller particles are absorbed. As starch is not absorbed from the GIT, it will accumulate in the GIT, and it will be fermented by the bacteria. It will be metabolized by the bacteria, and it will form gases. And this is known to cause the side effects, that is flatulence. The side effects which is caused, flatulence is caused by the formation of gases, by the action of the starch, action of bacteria on the starch. Now, their mechanism of action is there is inhibition of alpha glucosidase enzyme, and thus they decrease the postprandial glycemia. They will decrease the postprandial glycemia because glucose will not be formed. They will remain in the starch form. There is the glucose will not be formed, so there will be decrease after food. Hyperglycemia will be reduced. Regular use can lead to decrease in HbA1c, HbA1c levels, glycated hemoglobin level will be reduced, body weight will be reduced, and serum triglyceride will be reduced. So adverse effects, I have already told you, flatulence because of formation of gases in the GIT by the action of bacteria, fermentation, abdominal discomfort can occur, and loose stools can occur. The dose of voglibose is tablet 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 milligram taken just before meal. And another side effect is if these alpha glucosidase inhibitors are taken with sulfonylureas like glipizide, limepiride, which are known to cause hypoglycemia, the hypoglycemia cannot be prevented by intake of food in this case if alpha glucosidase inhibitors are given, because food will not be converted into glucose. So we have to directly give the glucose from outside if alpha glucosidase inhibitors and sulfonylureas are given, because the starch will be accumulated and it will be not converted into glucose, which is the smaller food particles which are absorbed from the GIT into the blood. Now, alpha glucosidase inhibitors decrease the glucose absorption because starch will remain, glucose will not be formed, so they will decrease the glucose absorption. Examples are acarbose, miglitol, voglibose. HbA1c reduction is 0.5 to 0.8, and they reduce the postprandial glycemia. They reduce the postprandial glycemia. And in the GIT, disadvantage is these can cause elevate the liver function tests, and they can cause flatulence, and they can cause GI upset. And these are contraindicated in inflammatory bowel disease and like Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, because when gases are formed, the when the GI mucosa is inflamed, when gases are formed, they can lead to perforation of the GI mucosa. So these are contraindicated in Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. In addition, this is also contraindicated in renal failure and liver disease. So that's all for alpha glucosidase inhibitors. Thank you. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you understood. Happy learning. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Thank you.